Hello, and welcome back to another chilling episode of our spooky storytelling series. In this week's video, we have a bone-chilling tale that will leave you on the edge of your seat. So grab a blanket, turn off the lights, and prepare yourself for The Vanishing Cabin, a story of Sarah and Mark. In a remote forest nestled deep within the mountains, Sarah and Mark decided to spend a weekend getaway at a cozy cabin they had rented. The cabin was surrounded by towering pine trees, and the only sound that could be heard was the gentle rustling of leaves in the wind. As night fell, the temperature dropped and the sky was blanketed by a thick layer of dark clouds. Little did Sarah and Mark know, the tranquility of the forest would soon be shattered by a series of bizarre events. It all started when Sarah woke up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. As she made her way to the small outhouse located a short distance from the cabin, she couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched. The hairs on the back of her neck stood on end as she hurried back to the cabin, only to find that Mark was nowhere to be found. Panic set in as Sarah searched the cabin frantically, calling out for her missing partner. As Sarah searched for Mark, strange things began to happen in the cabin. Objects moved on their own, shadows flickered in the corner of her eye, and an icy chill seemed to permeate the air. The once cozy cabin now felt like a sinister and oppressive place, and Sarah was overcome with a sense of dread. She knew that something was terribly wrong, but she couldn't quite put her finger on it. Just as Sarah was about to give up hope, she heard a faint whisper coming from the attic. With trembling hands, she made her way up the creaky stairs and pushed open the door to the attic. What she saw there made her blood run cold. Mark was standing in the center of the dusty room, his eyes empty and vacant. He seemed to be in a trance, muttering incoherently to himself. Sarah called out to him, but he didn't respond. It was as if he was no longer the man she knew. As Sarah tried to snap Mark out of his trance, she noticed a strange symbol carved into the floor of the attic. It was a circle with intricate symbols and runes etched into its surface. Suddenly, a dark figure materialized in the center of the circle, its eyes glowing with malevolent energy. Sarah realized in horror that they had stumbled upon something beyond their understanding, something ancient and evil. Just as the dark figure reached out towards Sarah and Mark, the cabin began to shake violently. The walls groaned and the floor trembled beneath their feet. With a blinding flash of light, the cabin vanished into thin air, leaving Sarah and Mark stranded in the middle of the forest. As they looked around in confusion, they realized that they were no longer in the same place they had started. They were in a world of shadows and nightmares, trapped in a